Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel. It is March. Our cows need straw, and we also need to load our shaders so that we are no longer chopping. Let me just do some spins here. Close your eyes, don't get dizzy, and off we go. So, there's some cows. We are going to expand. I think I'd like to get into, maybe for next year, meat cows. We've got our milk cows going, but it'd be nice to add a barn with meat, just meat cows in it. I just muted my microphone. 40 cows. Can we have more than that? I thought we could have 45. Maybe I'm leaving a room for 5 babies to be born, because there will be eventually. We'll just leave it. So in the meantime, our cows need what's left of the straw. I'm not sure. I guess we're probably going to have to buy some this summer so we can grow our own. And it is time to start getting our fields ready also for the upcoming season. Still have a lot of lumber to sell, probably a good $100,000 worth, maybe more. That's kind of cool. So I thought it'd be fun to talk about something controversial. Let's talk about Farm Sim 23. I did buy it this weekend, or yesterday. I think most of the people are whining because it doesn't have mods. And you need to keep in mind, once again, that the mobile versions do not and never will have mods. So you got to go into it knowing that. I would say my biggest complaint, honestly, is that it doesn't have, well, the price for, shoes and socks. I'm stuck. I thought for sure I'd fit out here, but I guess not. To go this way and then back. I think the price that they're asking on the Switch, and you'll see, we're gonna run it. I have an Elgato. My wife owns an Elgato, and I'm gonna hook it up. And on Friday, I think, or possibly Saturday, we're gonna run some content from Farm Sim 23. It's a different game. It is not. It's basically like a stripped down version of 15. I don't even know if I'd go that far. It's got some of the graphics from this one, but the graphics are definitely like fuzzy. They're not sharp. So like, you know, when you see labels like on the Pottinger there and you back up a little bit, they just turn into complete blurriness. This does a little bit, trying to be graphically cool, but they do it because there's just not horsepower. The Switch is not known for its, you know, graphical prowess. But that said, it doesn't look bad. It's a pretty decent looking game, but it's definitely not as nice as the PC version of Farm Sim, or even like the Xbox version of Farm Sim 22. You're not going to be able to compare it. And I'm going to be frank with you once again. I've told you this before when Farm Sim, I think it was 20 came out. 17 is still the only full version of Farm Sim on the Switch. So if you want the full version of Farm Sim, where you actually have material handling and you have the ability to like put things down and pick things up, you have to get the 17 version. And it's older. It only has Sosnovka, and it has I can't remember the name of the second map. Goldcrest. So you're on those old maps, but it has all of the equipment that the game had, significantly more than this game has, and it is still a full version of Farm Sim. And so if you want full Farm Sim, and you don't get mods, you still don't get mods, you still don't get any new maps or anything like that, but if you want a full version of Farm Sim on the Switch, then 17 is the way to go. The graphics aren't quite as good, and of course now the equipment's starting to get outdated because it was made, how many years ago? But even with that said, That version still has more to it than this version, than the not this version, but the Farm Sim 23. So, dump this out. But I think my big beef with Farm Sim 23 is the price. That's it. Like I was saying, I don't really have any other problems with it. It's a different game. I hope people don't come on here and go, oh, I'm going to get 23 for the Switch, and it's going to be just as good as for the phone as it is what Arthur's playing here. Do not think that. It is missing a good third of the game. There's no material handling. Things like you have one mower, you have one plow, you have like 4 tractors. It's very stripped down. And you have no material handling, so there's no telehandlers, there's no front loaders, there's no wheel loaders, there's nothing. There is no material movement. So you're not going to be shoveling anything or moving anything or really doing anything. That's a pretty big part of what Farm Sim has become, is the material handling, and there is none. So it's basically just a mobile version. It's a good-looking mobile version of Farm Sim, and it does look good. I will say, like I said, for a Switch game, it's averagely decent looking. It is not as good as looking as this version, though, but it's good. The maps are definitely smaller. Fields are smaller. And so all that said, I think I like it. I actually, that sounded like I'm negative about it. I'm not. I just think for the price, it should have been half the price. I'd say it's probably a $20 value. So if you're going to get it for the Switch, I would wait till it goes on sale, because right now at $44, it's just to me that's a ripoff. You just go get this game for your other consoles, because you're going to get so much more with it. So we've sold off most of our crop. I think I have. This is the downside about being on medication and then also recording at night when it's 9:30. It's the earliest I could get here, guys. It's just because I got work and stuff. We still got 90,000 liters of sorghum. I'm going to hold on to that. We've got lots and lots of cow food, enough to probably get us through the whole year. But we need to start looking at what we're going to do with our fields. So 6 and 7 are going to remain grass. I think we're going to put sorghum on this field, and we'll use that for our cows, or for our horses and sheep, and then we'll sell the rest of it. We definitely need some sort of wheat or straw bearing crop. And I think right now, at this time of year, the only thing that we're going to be able to plant is going to be oats, which is fine because we can also use oats for the horses. Hold on a second. I just realized Micah's probably been trying to reach me this whole time, and my freaking phone's not working. All right, so now it's working. Hopefully he'll call. But we'll see. Okay, so we're in March. And oats are pretty much it for straw. Oats are pretty valuable. So we can do oats. Sorghum will get planted next month. Oats can get planted this month. We could do corn for silage. I think we're going to do soybean. Yeah. Because we get a couple mows. I'm going to do one mow of hay, one mow of silage, and vice versa. So we should be good there. All right, so let's get this field. This one, what did I say needs to be planted first? I was going to do sorghum on this field. So actually, since this is oats are ready to go down, and we'll do sorghum and soybean on this field. Then we won't be mixing our streams. So I'm going to get the oats planted over here. So first, what is our nitrogen's to be 0, right? Actually, the nitrogen's fairly high. But we're going to put down some slurry just because it's fun. All right, so here's the first time that we've done slurry on our farm ever. And I hope I have enough. I probably don't, but hoping. Here's to hoping. So we're going to get the tube out, the hose. And what else can this thing pull? I'm not sure. I think we're going to use the other tractor to pull the big sludge wagon. But we can use, this tractor we'll use to deploy it. So that's going to go on the back. That's going to go on the front. And we need our kickstart, or our, whatever, sidekick to the Suzuki Kubota sidekick. There's our. Now somebody was saying when they get the bigger tube rolls, sometimes they put 2 or 3 of them on there. So I thought that was pretty cool. I'm going to lower that. Nope, not that much lowered. Nope. Oops. And hold on 1 second, folks. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up. Micah's ready to do some snow runner, so I'm going to take a break here. But anyway, so that was my thoughts on 23 after playing it. Like I said, we'll do it on the channel a little bit. I'll do some coverage of it Friday, Saturday, something like that. But it's just not, it's not bad. It's just not worth the money that they're asking once again. I think the game itself will be fun, and it's doable. It's definitely a big challenge. There's no loans. There's very few pieces of equipment to get, but they definitely have full-on animals and stuff, and many things that are from 22 have made it into the game, but there's also many things that did not make it. So it's just going to be interesting to see how all that pans out. I need to lay this down. You know you really got to lay this down. Right now, did you lay it down? So we'll put the hose over on this side. We'll start over here and we'll work our way across the field. And we're going to pick the front tool, and I'm going to go ahead and unfold the, nope. Shoes and socks. Lower umbilical reel. I want to do that? No, not really. I'm going to change it to unwinding, and I want to start unwinding. Does this hose have the reach to go all the way to the end and back? I'm hoping that it does, because if it doesn't, oh yeah, it's definitely that's gonna reach. You want it to be about halfway unfolded, about halfway down the field. And this looks like we got just about the perfect size here. Yeah, look at that. Like really just like 21 inches. Loop around here. The black is a problem. I should have got a color. It's kind of disappearing into the grass, but train. Boop. There we go. And so I'm going to park this tractor here for now, and we're going to get the big tractor. And I'm going to run over to that same barn, and we're going to grab our big tanker out. And move that to the back section of the field here. Spruce Mountain Firm. This should have enough power to pull that trailer. That thing's pretty big, though. And there we go. And it does it. Wow, and I just got interrupted by an epic update. Thanks. At least the game kept going for you guys. I have it went off screen for me, but it stayed on for you, which is good. And I'm going to swing by the cow pen and just pick up that last couple liters of gunk. It's not gunk, it's slurry, which is a very valuable resource that farmers all over Europe dump down the drain. Train. Stop! What the frick, Epic? Seriously bad programming. Sorry about that. When you heard the sound go off, that's me losing control of my tractor. Because the game just kicks off every time the sound goes off. And we're full. And so this is going to be one of those, you guys ask, why does it take you so long to get episodes done? Well, because I got to do this whole field. And at some point this will turn into a stream. But this is going to be a big, big job. Like, this is going to take me probably like a good 3 or 4 hours to get this done. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, like, this is what you got to understand when I don't release. Sometimes it takes me a week or two to get an episode of something out, and it's because I'm dealing with something like this. There's just a lot to be done. Where's the end of this hose? There we go. And we're going to connect that up to this pump. Actually, I think we just set it here. And then I go into the tractor and press left button Y. There we go, and it's connected over. Oh, I didn't realize it goes on that side. I would have... Well, now we know. First time I've used it since the tutorial. And so there we go. Not doing the engine yet. And in this case over here, we're going to unfold this guy. And grab the umbilicus. And actually, it would drive down this way. We'll take this all the way to its extended end. We're going to whip that hose out. And last but not least, I'm going to get the water tank. We need to get our... Oh, it's on the field. Oh, well, we're just going to have to go over it. I hate to do that. In real life, you would not. You'd have to pull that off. But I don't have any way to do that in the game. Except for just to run it over. So, last but not least, let's go ahead and grab our Kubota. The little sidekick, which is what this was like totally perfectly designed for the sidekick. Water pump. This thing is funny because you just set it by it doesn't really do anything. It just is for looks. But you turn it on and it runs. You'll see. It'll start filling up that slurry. That slurry tank has, I think, 45,000 liters of slurry, and then it holds, I think, 300 or 900 liters of water. And so in real life, you'd want to put it here and run a hose back to the water. But, oh God, that's deep. Whoa. I did not realize that was going to be so deep. I was just going to cut across, but you got to do it again. Oh, jeez. You wouldn't do that in real life. Okay. You'd run a hose back to the water back there. Or down here if there's a creek. But we need to get this next to the water tanker. So we're going to pop that right here. Make it look like it's part of it. Hey, what the... What the frick was that? It's not supposed to do that. Okay. Can we... I think I actually have to get... Oh. I'm pretty sure I have to get into the water pump. Which is why I wanted to disconnect it, because I don't want to be like parked there. Actually, I need to get out of the way too, because the hose. Oh, Arthur, just never gonna get it right. Oh, all right, I need to get going here. So, enter vehicle X, and we're gonna turn this on. Activate pump. And we should see here, this big guy, you see the water level going up? That water level is going to fill. So I'm going to let that fill up. I'll be back once that's done, and we'll get started. So, ladies and gentlemen, see you in just a freaking moment. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel. I am hooking up our slurry devices. What that sucks is I just... Somehow this got messed up, and it's confused where I'm at. I've got everything set up. Last time you saw me setting it up over the other side. I'm having a problem, as you can see here, with the slurry kind of getting like spaced. It's not applying evenly, and I'm not sure why that is. I'm doing everything I know how to do. Got our slurry tank on flatter ground. The other thing that we're probably going to have to do is to figure out how to buy slurry. I'm going to have to find a mod that allows us to buy slurry, because we're woefully down on slurry. It is. I think we have enough to get... get the pump going here. We have enough... This pump just might not be strong enough. I feel like... How are we doing here? Okay, everything looks good. I'll set everything on this end. This buffer is supposed to prevent that from happening. I don't... Maybe I'm supposed to attach it to the front. Let us detach the umbilical hose and put this around. Does this... Is that... No, that's to wind. That's not like a good attachment. That's a winding attachment, so... No, that's not... Don't detach that. Detach umbilical hose. Okay, and so that does not do it. It should just automatically flow. Yep. And so we're going to put this down. And it just said the 450 tank is not running. Why is our 450 tank not running? And I can hear it's not running. Did the hose come again? Nope. That was interesting that it went up and went back down again. Okay, let's try it again. So we've used about, okay, now it's applying. We've used about half of the slurry tank. And we are a little bit less than half. And we're not even halfway down the field. So we definitely need more slurry. But I'm going to have to figure out why it's doing this weird half-arsed. I'm on, the only thing I can think of, and it only goes to 98% too. Obviously the hoses are, we're going to have to use a compressor on the hose to bring it back. Because that means the hose is getting dirty. But there's not enough pressure, even with all the water and everything flowing through, we're just not getting a good flow through. So I think we're going to need a compressor and we're going to need a better pump. I just don't remember this thing having any trouble at all in our demo. But it's just not doing good right now. So once again, 97%. Now we put down a bunch of stuff on the field, but that buffering is what's concerning me. Weird. And once again, that's what that tank on the front is for. It's supposed to keep it from doing that. I almost feel like dumping it off and seeing what happens if I don't use it. Because the last time I used it, last time I did this, I didn't use a tank like that. So let's just set it down here at the end of the field and see what happens. Maybe nothing good will happen, but I'm just curious to see if I get rid of this thing, if it fixes some of the issues. The buffer runs out. Okay. Oh. Well, that doesn't make any sense. Then that's kind of disappointing. Weirdness. So you're better off not using that. So I guess I'll sell that and get just a regular hose reel. So we know for next year that's why it was not working right. Now, that's okay. It's not like we're going to lose a ton of crop. There's enough for maybe half a row of crop there that's going to be messed up. Other than that, it'll be fine. But still, it's an interesting thing to know. Like, I want to know why it was acting like that. And that, right there, that explains it. We don't need that thing, I guess. And it was causing problems. Because now I'm getting a nice clean spread. A nice smooth spread. And that's what this is supposed to prevent from that happening. Okay. Whatever. So you can see that we are going to need to get a compressor for the hose because there is obviously some stuff building up. And that just goes on the front of the tractor and you run it and it'll clear up the hose condition. Well, that's a bummer. That's a real bummer. On the gooder news, we've used 19,000 liters, and we still look like we've got... I might get this field done with one tank. The question is, should I go back over the spots that didn't get good full coverage? The answer is probably yes, but we're gonna do the whole field first, and we'll come back and we'll redo that spot. Because I'm gonna have to fold the hose up and do all that stuff. In the meantime... Let me take a look here. How much of I know the compressor was expensive, but I don't think it's like maybe 20,000. Let's take a look at our compressor here. 30,000. That thing that we had, though, was 30,000. Umbilical holes reopen this liquid. The liquid manure tank is used as a buffer for constant liquid manure delivery. Well, what? That's a crock. That's not working the way it's supposed to work. That's disappointing. But we can sell that, and then that'll cover, hopefully, well, not really, but it'll, yeah, bummer. So we need this, and we need this. Yep. Then I'll have to take that pump back. But I'm going to get this field, I'm going to try to get the field done first, and then we'll take the pump back. But this is going really fast. I'm actually pretty happy with how quickly this goes. And who needs a buffer? Apparently we don't. What a monster dud. Now, does it slow down? It does a little bit. Yeah, so we should be able to get clean coverage. Let's take a look real quick. On the fertilizer chart, is it showing that we are covering everything? No, what the? All right. We're working up here on field 8, the little field. Weed mulch needs plowing, rolling. Does not show. Oh, it's going to be this. So it types pH. And it does. Nah, I don't think we have to redo it because look, these are the little spots that we missed, and they're really tiny, and there's only a few of them. So no, I would say it's not worth going back and doing it over again. So that makes our lives a little bit easier. And just from that stat, or that view, it does not look like we're close to being done, unfortunately. I don't think we're going to get, we're going to have enough slurry to finish the field. We might. It looks like, this makes me feel like we're over halfway done, but this makes me feel, on the map, it didn't look like we were even close to being halfway done. I don't know. We'll see. We definitely need it on all the fields. Which is why I'm suggesting that we buy some. So we'll have to find if there is a slurry buy point on the map. There probably isn't. I think that's something I'm going to have to modify in. I do have a mod that allows you to buy slurry. It's expensive, but it's just like buying fertilizer. You have to... I have to think that it's worth doing because we don't have any other fertilizer system now. And this is much better for, I guess, the environment. And maybe by next year our cows will produce more. Plus, my plans are, originally I was going to add a shop. I don't think I'm going to do that, though. I can't see making a ton more money doing that. We may do a little teeny bit of that, but what I'm thinking is for next year, or possibly the year after, we will add in... okay, now something just happened, and we are no longer pumping. So what's going on here? Why are we not... We've got 14,000 liters. For some reason, we're not applicating any longer. I bet you the hose came undone because we've gone a long way. Let's pull it out this way. But I can almost guarantee you it's disconnected. I think we're going to have to move our base operation. Or did we just get too far? I don't know. Interesting problem. Yeah, the hose is gone. Let's run back to the barn and get the rest of what we have there. I'm going to move the umbilical cord to the middle of the field. You can see here, visually there's a lot of spots, but apparently actual physical spots, there aren't that many. And we're about halfway done with this field. I still have to do the other two, but let's at least get the stuff that we can from this field, and then I'm probably going to, yeah. I'm going to look and see what we have available for semi-trucks to bring slurry in from another farmer. And then, like I said, maybe by next year we'll have enough. I really would like to build a second cow pen and do meat cows. Sorry about the cough drop. I'm obviously struggling a little bit with my allergies. How much is left? Not a pretty good amount. Oh, more than I thought. Whoa. Grand total of, let's see, 45 plus 32, so 70. Next year we'll have even more. But we will get a cow pen set up. And with the meat cows, we just have to feed them hay. So I'm not going to get super fancy with them, but we are going to also collect slurry from them. All right, so this is going to go out into the field here. Let's see where's a good spot we can put this without getting it all tingly in the hoses. I think if I bring, it's weird how it works, but well, it should bring all that over first. I'm going to grab this. And we'll head back and park this over by our slurry trailer. And then we'll bring the water trailer back. Okay. I'm going to lower this, and I'm going to go ahead and attach the umbilical. And start the pump up. There we go. And this can run for a little while without the water pump because it's got 4,000 liters in there, but I'm going to get it in there anyway. Might as well do it right. In real life, I'd be like, barely get out to my car. Blowing a gasket. And once again, the only thing I don't really like about this device is that I have to exit my regular vehicle to get it to work. I think. Yeah, you can't just turn it on. You have to go into it to turn it on, but it can't be attached to another vehicle for that to happen. So I have to drop it off. Park this here. And I think it's close enough. And off we go. Everybody's happy. The fields are getting fertilized. It's fairly inexpensive or free. It's done the natural way. Nature's way. And already this hose is down to 91%. I'm going to have to... I mean, I guess it's fine until it's completely clogged, right? That's weird. I lost my hose. See, now did it come disconnected again? It did. Okay. Here's the PETA. Because it's run out that way, it's going to keep... The hoses don't really, like... They're annoying. So this would be a good time for us to take a break and for me to run to the store and get the reels. We're going to have to reel it back up and then spread it back out. And that's really annoying. Okay, let's detach the hose. Why isn't it not detaching? There. And I'm going to go ahead and grab this thing. And I'm going to take this back to the shop, guys, so I will be right back. All right, so here we are. Selling our used. What I thought was a great deal turned out to be a kind of a dud. But that's okay. Life will go on. Now, see... Oh, God, that was worth nothing. I swear that thing used to work right. I don't know what happened to it, but it used to work just fine, but now it's just being weird. Anyway, we're going to grab our shouting spool and our compressor, and that's just going to stay on the front of the tractor while we're running. And that'll clean the hose out. Okay, going back. I'll see you in a sec. All right, we're arriving back. So I'm going to get this hose gathered up. And, and I'm going to go ahead and change to winding mode. Change to winding. What? Up, right? Start winding. And we'll let that thing suck up. It's going to take a little while, so I'm gonna collect the hose, guys. I'm not going to make you watch this whole process, but we'll be back. All right. We've wound this up, and now we're going to unwind it. And I'm going to have to bring that whole thing over here. Oh, I guess, yeah, it's probably easier just to start it down here. So we're going to change it to unwinding. Yep. And I'm going to start unwinding, and I'm going to drive it. And I think going to the right is how I have to do it. I don't want to run over my own hose. So I suppose they can, but and really that's just about the length of the field. Is just the right size. Okay, so the spool is going to come down off here, and we'll set that over where we've already done work. What the? Come on, detach. I've got Nintendo thumbs. All right, and then I'm going to hook this up here. I suppose I could walk that back. Let's see, what harm would that do? Once again, not knowing exactly how the weird part of the whole hose thing works. I've got the compressor on, and now we're supposed to be supposedly blowing slurry all over. I'm gonna grab this. This is not realistic to do both at the same time, but I'm actually going to walk this back. I'm gonna walk this way. Talk this way. I'm interested to see how it handles this. Because I don't think I'm doing this right in any way, shape, or form, but we'll see. My prediction is it's just going to come disconnected after like one run. But I don't know what I'm doing, so we'll see. Maybe it'll work great. My brain just doesn't work that way. Not an engineer. Train engineer, maybe. Not a very good one. Okay, so we'll place that there. You guys are getting a really long episode, by the way, today. And we're going to... That pump's already running, okay? Okay. Okay. And then Mr. McKay. And we're going to go ahead and start to activate the pump. That looks good. Okay. Now we just got to find our tractor, okay? There it is. And we can clean the umbilical hose. Oh, we've got to turn on the compressor. Okay, compressor. Okay, now what? Turn on compressor. Right button. Now. I'm just trying to find where it says clean. I guess that cleaned it. I don't know. Yeah, it did. Because the hose is saying 100%. Even though it said 0% cleaned, I don't get that part. But I don't have to. As you guys know, I'm kind of a dork, and so some things just go right over my head. We didn't plant anything, did we, on this? I don't think we did, no. So theoretically, all this hose should move before it eventually disconnects our feed line. So I wonder if I can run the compressor. It doesn't look like the compressor can be... No, it can be. Oh, shoot. Yeah, that didn't work. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, I'm going to stop trying to do that. I was trying to clean it. I don't know. The compressor's off now. And it's not allowing me to clean the hose. The hose is already... The hose is already clean. What the... What? It blue blazes? Did I shut the front door? I don't know what I did. Because I did that because I disconnected the hose, it got weird. Things got a little weird. I'm figuring it all out. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, there's your most excellently 45-minute episode of Spruce Mountain Farm. And we got to play around a little bit with the slurry machines to figure out what we needed. Obviously, I hadn't bought the right parts to start with, but ended up spending more than I really wanted to. But in the long run, this should do us well. Once again, though, we are going to have to set up a system, at least for now, where we buy more slurry, or I don't bother fertilizing my fields. That's not going to happen. So the fields are going to get fertilized. We'll have to see how we manage that. But in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and get this field done and then get the next field over started. And we only have the two big fields. Once again, this one's going to be oats. The other field is going to be a combination of soybeans and sorghum, so that we can use it to feed our animals. Not that we have animals that eat that much sorghum. I don't really need millions of liters of sorghum, but maybe the oats. Well, chickens don't take oats. Chickens take sorghum. I don't know. You tell me what the right thing to do is. I'm not sure. All right, guys. Have a great night. Be sure to subscribe. Thumbs up always help. And hopefully you guys are enjoying the series as we continue on. Like I said, I'll be starting a new one this summer. I'm not going to rush into it yet. This one still gets some viewership. And like I said, my channel is not doing great, but I'm also really busy, so that's partly my fault. And I'm happy as long as people are enjoying the videos and stuff. That's what I'm really... I have to kind of like decide. And once again, we always talk about this crap. I'm done talking about it. But I really want to make it so that people have fun watching the videos and learn something and have enjoyment. And that to me is the big thing. So have a great night. Be sure to subscribe. Thumbs up always helps. See you next time. Bye.